Hello there, it's Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astro-Numerologist. Welcome to Star Codes. This is the forecast where we look at an important Astro-Numerology event that's coming up. In this case, the change of signs of the lunar nodes, the North Node and the South Node. Now, this is a big event because it happens every 18 months or so, and it triggers two signs, opposite signs from each other. Taurus is opposite Scorpio, and the length of time is a year and a half. So it's like a period of time to really acclimate to what those signs contribute. And in this case, one of those signs is already very activated. That is Taurus, because Uranus is in Taurus, and that means Taurus will be very much awakened. Uranus is the awakener, and Uranus rules Aquarius. So it happens on January 18th. That's when the nodes move backwards, so from Gemini into Taurus and from Sagittarius into Scorpio. And what makes this day so significant is not only is Uranus already in Taurus, but on January 18th, Uranus stations direct. So Uranus is in the sign of the North Node, which is where we're heading. The North, if you look at a compass too, North is where you're heading, South is your past. So this is really powerful because of the synchronistic date, the exactitude of Uranus changing its direction, being at a standstill in the very sign that the North Node is entering on the very same day. So that is going to activate a lot of forward momentum, fresh starts, inspirational breakthroughs in a sign that governs sensuality, your values, security, abundance, peace. And this means that new ground is going to be broken in those areas in your life: financial areas, love, physical security, establishing an inner sense of peace and grounding, and creating a beautiful environment. Venus is the ruler of Taurus. So Taurus and Scorpio are fixed signs. That means that they tend to stay on track with whatever they set out to do. And so we're moving from immutable energy, which is very changeable and unexpected for the last 18, 19 months, to more fixed energy where things will take on a certain direction. And so they'll be in these signs from January 2022 until July 2023. And in case you don't know, the lunar nodes are a mathematical point between the sun and the moon. So they're not actual planets, they're not physical, but they are points that show us our foundation in the past and our investment in the future. So the South Node represents our past and what we're building upon, what we've learned, and the North Node represents where we're heading, what we're working towards. The Taurus-Scorpio axis is financial in both senses, not just Taurus. Scorpio governs the financial connections you have with your partners, whether it's business or personal, money coming towards you from others, whereas Taurus is the money you generate yourself. So the Taurus-Scorpio axis invites you to take Scorpio's intuitive sense, this beautiful sense of truth. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and we'll talk about that a bit later because this is very important. So the Pluto energy, it digs up the truth. It unveils and reveals what it is that needs to be seen in order for us to feel the Taurian security and peace. So they work together hand in hand. And so with the Scorpio South Node, we are purging, because Pluto and Scorpio, we're purging our past. This is something we should be doing anyways, but it's really going to bring this role of how we address our past life, not literally past life, though that counts as well, but literally what we've even the past moment, yesterday, earlier today, the last month, the last year, we are being asked to truly not feel connected and confined in these patterns, these perspectives that are based on the old habits that are keeping us hostage in that sense. But the North Node is not just about the past. It also represents what you have mastered in order to utilize and set forth on your destiny. So letting go is an incredibly big theme with the South Node going into Scorpio. Scorpio is very intense and passionate, sometimes gets obsessive. So all of us will be growing rapidly in terms of moving away quickly from things that frustrate us, get us upset, angry, and moving quickly into peace, which is what Taurus represents. So we have to be at peace with what has changed, what has transformed, and is in the process of changing and transforming as we speak, and be fully in acceptance of what that ebb and flow really means. And this is where the lunar cycles, after all, we're talking about the lunar nodes, the moon has cycles, and those cycles really represent the ebb and flow. In fact, they govern the ebb and flow of the tides in the oceans, in the lakes. So the ebb and flow of life is truly what we're being asked to connect with, and that means letting go. So not holding on tightly to something that we wish wasn't changing. And so the other thing about Scorpio, where the South Node is moving, is being ruled by Pluto. Pluto rules power and empowerment. So under the South Node in Scorpio, we may also see a shift in power taking place. And that can be obviously personally, but also collectively. So Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Pluto has been very, very active the last few years. Remember the stellium with Pluto and Saturn that began this decade on January 12th, 2020. Pluto now is going to be returning to its original birthplace for the first time since July 4th, 1776 for the US, and that's happening in February. So Pluto is very much addressing power and empowerment or disempowerment. So, and this is in relation to government, to business, because Pluto is currently in Capricorn, which rules those areas, those power structures. And so we may see issues really come to a head now over the next year and a half, where the shift in power is actually taking place in those areas. Especially areas where we feel disempowered, where there's power over us, over you, and it looking, also choosing to transform from within, because that is where the recognition, that's where the Pluto energy of bringing up what needs to be seen, and then making a decision to not live in a place of disempowerment, right? Power over me. So the North Node in Taurus is really going to help with that, because Taurus is the energy then that we're going to want to cultivate in our lives, because that's where the compass north is heading. So Taurus is all about ease, enjoyment, making good practical use of resources, and looking at what we truly value. So our values are coming to the forefront over the next year and a half. And the North Node in Taurus really helps you to come to this from a place of stability, calmness, security. You're basically making the best of whatever situation you find yourself in. You're making the most of every moment with the North Node in Taurus. So you're encouraged, because this is an earth sign, grounding energy, to bring more grounding structure, stability in your life, and also to be at peace with any situations as they come up. So if something unfolds in your life that's unexpected, because Uranus is currently in Taurus for a few years, right? To be at peace with that. Be also at peace with how your life has unfolded over the last few years. This is really going to be important. So not looking back and wishing things were different. It's time to work with the changes that have unfolded in each of our lives so that we can feel more grounded and stable. And so by working through the change and transformation, you're making the most of it. And this is where the placement of Uranus in the sign of Taurus is so important, because Uranus is the change agent. Uranus sets us free from the past especially, but in general sets us free so that we feel liberated to explore wherever our heart takes us, wherever inspiration takes us. Now, Taurus is very much connected to abundance. It rules the flow of money. And so it also rules, of course, pleasure. Abundance meaning, do you feel abundant in general? Is there a sense of just abundance in your life? Do you have pleasure? Do you have beauty around you? And this then connects, so the worth of money, the worth of how you feel is the self-worth, the values. What do you value? How does your self-worth inspire the choices or dictate the choices that you're making, the actions that you're taking? Because connecting to whatever your self-worth is will help you see the root of why you're acting and communicating in a certain way. So with the North Node in Taurus, you can use this energy to become more deliberate about your actions, more conscious. Living with this conscious awareness is basically going to prevent you from falling back into past habits, right? Wishing things were different. So this conscious awareness is the key here, because when you fully look at, do I value this? Am I valuing how I'm actually responding to this situation or this relationship or this whatever has come up for you in that moment? It is very important, because as you value yourself, you will value your surroundings and you will value Earth, planet Earth. Taurus is an Earth sign. And so it rules also the values we place on the very ground we live on and nurture and till, in terms of the beautiful fruits and vegetables that we grow. And so this is very much related to the environment as well, sustainability, the conditions of our planet, pollution, looking at that. You know, Scorpio is about cleansing. And so looking at how, and this brings Pluto into it again. So Pluto's in Capricorn. So we're especially looking at government and big corporation in terms of the roles that they play in the picture of things regarding cleansing and adaptability, and also respect for Mother Earth. And because financial flow is also ruled by Taurus, we may notice themes around this both collectively and personally for you. So your attitude towards financial flow, money in general, the value of money, what does money actually represent? That it's actually just energy that you exchange between you and another, right? You and something you're purchasing. It is not actually bad or good. It is how it is being used. So the other thing about this changing of the nodes that's important is when the nodes actually cross paths with another planet. Now, I already mentioned that Uranus is in Taurus, and so there will be a crossing of paths, and that will happen on July 31st, and I will go into that more as we reach that point, because it's going to be a big time in the year. So on July 31st, Uranus will be conjunct the North Node, and that will bring some unstable energy. It will absolutely lead to major awakening moments, sudden shifts and breakthroughs, awakening to your inspiration, your constant connection to the divine, right? And that will be like really important in order to just navigate those moments around that time. So, and also that it'll be a reminder that the old structures, because Uranus breaks things down, that the old structures need to go. And then the day after that, on August 1st, Mars joins the North Node and Uranus in a conjunction. And that's very, very, very powerful energy. It will absolutely create breakthroughs. And so letting go will be imperative around that time. So that's just to give you a little bit of an update on what is coming up. And basically, it's just to know that you're making a deeper discovery of your own values and what is truly worthwhile for you, what you really honor and cherish in a very beautiful, sacred, and practical way. And the discoveries you make are going to bring you a lot of comfort, pleasure, feelings of wealth, feelings of abundance. There's a deeper awakening of who you are, trusting your own self-worth, changes in possible structures regarding finances and how you see the flow of money in your life. Also because Uranus is in Taurus, and Uranus is all about the future and technology, there could be more breakthroughs regarding digital currencies as well with the North Node in Taurus, while Uranus is also in Taurus. And then more solutions that are really sustaining Mother Earth. So getting in touch with that, and getting in touch also with your sense of security, and looking at the energy exchange between the power structures in a new way, so that you feel emboldened, so that those values that you're now really taking seriously, what you value, are being put to use, and you move away from feeling disempowered. So that's really a very big theme, and a lovely theme, a very important one in terms of to actually make some changes here on our beautiful Mother Earth, and generating a sense of joy and commitment and real feedback, right? Because you really feel emboldened when you take that reign and not shy away from what truly is yours. You know, that's your life, to live as you please, basically, is what it is. And so that theme is going to really expand, and expansion is really where we want to head to begin with. Expansion is the key to growth. So as we embrace these empowerment and focus on what we value, our sense of limitless opportunities and just a limitless life, an excited life that's not rooted in fear or rooted in a sense of dread about what might be coming, you know, in the future, that all disappears, because the connection to a sense of expansion and source is so strong. It's basically trusted to the core. So there's no sense of, oh, it's trusted to the core, and you don't ever feel abandoned. Right? There's a sense of abandonment that can absolutely come when you feel, oh my God, you know, I have no voice. I have no way of being heard. Yes, you are heard. You are heard all the time. And it's just a matter of you putting your focus on the frequency that you want. If you focus on joy, you will get joy. You will hear joy in your life. You will literally receive it. If you focus on frustration and lack, if you focus on feeling limited, that's what you'll get. And so this combo of Taurus and Scorpio will really help you to see, well, what is it I value? Because whatever I'm putting my attention on, and we're doing this often very unconsciously, right? So it's like we don't even realize what we're putting our attention on, but this is helping you, especially the Taurus part of it is helping you to ground things. So you're really practical. You're really listening to, what is it that I'm valuing in this moment? And, you know, listen to what's going on in your thoughts, where you're placing your attention. And so this will really be a game changer in so many ways, because it simplifies things. Things get a lot less complicated, which is good. We want more simplicity and a greater sense of ease and flow, right? And this is what this nodal change is all about. And I love that Uranus is in Taurus. It's just, Uranus rules the Aquarian age of freedom. So this is just such a big moment. And don't forget too that Pluto is playing a big role as well. So we want to really honor what's going on and not be afraid to step up and just feel free to be you. And of course, all with great respect to others, give them that same freedom. So another way to set yourself free and to grow is, of course, to know your own star code. What does your birthday mean? What does your birth name mean? There are codes that are literally emanating from you and that grow and change day by day, right? And the same goes with your astrology. So if you're interested in knowing more about you, then head on over to the free masterclass at starcodeclass.com. You'll have so much fun discovering your own star code and also the star codes of others in your life, so you're more compassionate towards them, more understanding. So enjoy that free masterclass. It includes a handout and so much more. starcodeclass.com. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you in next week's Star Codes podcast. Bye-bye for now.